Today is July 4th, Independence Day, a day Americans celebrate the birth of their nation, a nation founded on liberty, equality, and the promise of justice for all. But this year, I have to ask, are we still one nation? From birthright citizenship to reproductive rights, the laws that once applied to all Americans are now fractured, fragmented, and under attack. E Pluribus Unum, out of many, one, was once our national motto. Today, that ideal is slipping away. This week, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a ruling that changes everything. For decades, when a president signed an executive order that violated the Constitution, a single federal judge could block it nationwide while the courts deliberated, but no more. The new ruling says district judges can only block enforcement within their own jurisdictions, meaning a president can now issue a potentially illegal executive order and still enforce it almost everywhere. That brings us to Executive Order 14160, Donald Trump's attempt to end birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants. Let's be clear, executive orders are not laws. They are instructions from the president to the executive branch, federal agencies like ICE, DHS, and others. They must be based on existing statutes or constitutional powers, and they can be challenged in court. But now, even if courts block enforcement in one state, the order can still go into effect in every other state. Trump's order says that children born to undocumented immigrants on U.S. soil are not citizens, a direct challenge to the 14th Amendment. The Constitution clearly states all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States, period. That clause has applied for over a century until now. With the Supreme Court's latest ruling, a baby born in California might be granted citizenship, while a baby born the same day in Texas might be denied citizenship. This isn't just immoral, it's unconstitutional, and it's happening now. If this sounds familiar, that's because we've been here before. In 2022, the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, declaring there was no constitutional right to abortion. Overnight, abortion became a matter of state law. Since then, women in some states have been denied life-saving medical care. Doctors have been threatened with prosecution for helping patients. Some women have died because they couldn't get the care they needed in time. This violates not just human rights, but the most fundamental tenets of medical ethics. Doctors in the United States still take an oath rooted in the Hippocratic tradition to first do no harm. Many also swear to uphold the Declaration of Geneva, which includes these passages. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity, and I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties. But in states where politicians control medical decisions, doctors are now being forced to harm their patients or abandon them. They must choose between following their oath or following unjust laws. That is not healthcare. That is cruelty by policy. And now we face the same state-by-state legal chaos, not just over healthcare, but over who is even allowed to be a citizen. We now live in a country where a woman in Missouri could be arrested for traveling to Illinois for an abortion. A baby born in Arizona may not be recognized as a citizen, while one in New Mexico is. This isn't just a legal issue, it's a national identity crisis. Instead of equality under law, we have inequality by geography. This is not federalism. This is fragmentation. From 1782 to 1956, the official motto of the United States was E Pluribus Unum, Latin for out of many, one. It represented something noble, that many states could become one nation, and many peoples, immigrants, natural-born citizens, enslaved and free, could become one people. That motto still appears on the Great Seal of the United States, and it's printed on every U.S. coin and most U.S. paper bills. But does it still represent who we are? When one state can deny a baby citizenship, when another state can jail a woman for seeking health care, when executive power overrides judicial checks, we are no longer one, we are no longer equal, and E Pluribus Unum no longer represents the ideals of a United States of America. These aren't isolated incidents, they are the intentional outcomes of a political blueprint called Project 2025. Project 2025 is a plan written by right-wing think tanks to expand presidential power, dismantle federal agencies, eliminate checks and balances, and roll back civil rights across the board. Under this agenda, executive orders like 14160 aren't a bug, they're a feature, and the courts, they've just stepped aside. If you believe in the Constitution, if you believe that rights shouldn't depend on your zip code, your gender, or your parents' immigration status, then we have to speak up. Please share this video. Please call your representatives. Support legal defense groups in fighting these policies, and vote like your rights depend on it, because they do.
Voting is a serious matter for the Napier family.
I think it's crucial that I come here and vote.
My mother was 40 years old when she was able to vote for the first time legally.
I'm 75 now, so when I was able to vote at age 18, that's how long I've been voting.
The Constitution only works if we defend it. The law only protects us if we demand it. And democracy only survives if we fight for it. E Pluribus Unum, not anymore. But it doesn't have to end this way. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell and all of that. These are very important issues, and I hope you will support what I do here. Thank you so much. This is Mr. Robbie saying, you'll see me later.